This is Sylvia Henderson, and I am an intuitive life coach, an energy healer, and I'm also a radio host on ohmtimes.com. Name of my show is Intuitive Transformations. And I decided today that I would make my very first YouTube video. So welcome to my YouTube channel. I get the feeling that from my clients and just from observing what's going on right now on the planet and in the world, the people are just really overwhelmed and very stressed out. So many people are taking anti-anxiety medications, and so many people are experiencing extreme feelings of loneliness, and also what I call not enough. I'm not enough. Not enough-itis is probably how I would call it if I was a psychologist and could come up with a name for a disorder. And so I decided I wanted to start making some regular YouTube videos, primarily because I really want to start to inspire more people, encourage more people, because there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world right now, and people are just overwhelmed. I see it with my clients when they come in. They just want to get out of their pain. Life has become a life that is hard. So I can totally relate to that because of a lot of the things that I've gone through in my own personal life, which is what led me to start learning a lot of the things that I've learned and trying them on myself first before I even started trying them on other people, because I was trying to get out of my own pain because of the things that have happened to me in my past. So I hope that these videos will be a source of healing for people, informational, insightful, enlightening, that they be encouraged and uplifted, because I want you to know you're not alone, especially if you feel that everything is really hard, especially if you feel that nothing is really working out for you. That is something that a lot of people are really struggling with right now. So I want to share something that came to my awareness just a few days ago. And it's something that I know you've already heard. If you've ever looked at anyone's YouTube videos that is anything like this one, and that is that you are enough. You need to know that you're enough. About 3 years ago, I went to a Tony Robbins event, and one of the things that he shared there was that the number one fear that everyone has is that they are not enough. And that's not true. That's something we learned through our childhood, through our conditioning, especially if you grew up in a critical home, or if you grew up in a home where there was abuse, or even siblings that were really very harsh to be with. They were always picking on you, or in school, if you were always picked on, then you tend to develop a belief system that you are not good enough. And when you have that belief system, it stops you from moving forward in your life and from really being everything that you could possibly be, because you're afraid that if you did it wrong, or someone's going to judge you, or that you could mess it up, then you won't move forward in your life. You won't take advantage of opportunities. You won't take advantage of all the creativity that you have inside of you. And trust me, I don't care who you are, you have creativity inside of you. Why do I know that? Because you are created in the image of the Creator. So you are just another little piece of God, or another little piece of the Creator that's manifested in physical form as an individualization of that creativity. Now, just to kind of prove my point, think about little kids. Think about little toddlers that are just beginning to draw. Maybe a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, and they have figured out that paint and paper equals something that they can make. And you don't have to give them direction other than make sure that the paint ends up on the paper. But other than that, the only direction you really have to give them is, have fun, and if you're a smart and wise adult, you're probably going to put a bunch of newspaper underneath whatever it is that they're working on. But even when you think about a child with crayons, and a blank piece of paper, you don't have to tell them what to draw. We typically go, so what are you going to make? And they'll tell you this fantastical thing of what they're going to make. And sometimes it might look like just a bunch of different colors that are drawn in swirlies on the paper, and they'll say, oh my God, and they'll tell you a whole entire story. This is a beautiful house in a magical kingdom, and a prince comes and he saves the princess from the dragon. And kids are not limited, children are not limited to they're not concerned about what other people think. They just kind of create from what stirs up in their hearts. And that, my friends, is really who you are. That's why we're here. We're not here to fix problems. And we're certainly not here to try to fix ourselves, because honestly, we're not broken. We just have some misinformation that we've learned about the truth of who we are. Because who you are truly is a creator. You have the ability to create. And just think about it. Think about how you feel when you're trying to solve a problem. Now, that's not to say that solving problems can't be interesting and even rewarding when you come up with a really viable solution. But when you think about it, if you have problem after problem after problem after problem, you start to get a little drained by that. It's not as much fun when problems become the story of your life. When you're moving from one extreme situation to another extreme situation. So think about how that just kind of drains your energy and makes you a little tired, and you don't want to go to bed thinking about the problems that you had during the day, and you don't want to wake up in the morning worrying about the problems that you're going to face in the rest of the day to come after you wake up, right? So think about how it feels, though, when you think about creating something. How much more energy does it give you if you're waking up every morning and the first thought in your mind that you consciously place there is, what can I create today? Or even going to bed and being grateful for what you did create, but on top of that, just planting a seed in your mind so that it can marinate while you're sleeping in your subconscious awareness of, gee, what can I create tomorrow? And that has such a different energy. It feels more uplifting than, oh my God, how am I going to solve this problem? Because I will tell you this, I cannot think of any spiritual teaching or any spiritual literature that says you're here in this world to fix your life. Now, there is a lot of spiritual teachings about forgiveness, about allowing, but mostly spiritual teachings are take your problems and give them to the divine. Give them to the universe. The how things work out is not our responsibility. The how things get resolved is not our responsibility. The how things get resolved belong to the divine creator of all that is. The universe, God, Allah, Krishna, Buddha, whoever your higher self, whatever name you use for that which is greater than who you are. There's nothing out there that has been taught through generations that says you must fix your life. It says no. You have to allow life to move through you, and you're here to create because you're created in the image and the likeness of the Creator. I'm going to leave you with this. There is a divinity within you. Some people call it the Holy Spirit. Some people call it divine consciousness. Whatever that is for you, you need to know that there is a life force within you that is yearning, that is desiring to be the creator that you came here to be. But it's all about you stepping into that from a very conscious awareness. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm so excited. This is my very first YouTube video. I think I'm going to make more. I hope you like it. And if you want to know more about me, visit my website, intuitivetransformations.net, not .com, .net. And if you want to hear my radio show, I'm on omtimes.com. Go to the radio section and just click on Intuitive Transformations and you'll see all my shows there, and enjoy. Love to you, and until we meet again, take care and know that you are loved. Bye.